Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Star Citizen Alpha 3.23 is about to go live, but is it ready? Fleet Week is coming, and it's one of the biggest events of the year. CIG talk about the progress tracker and Star Citizen 1.0, an actual commercial release. Another feature slips from 3.23, but you probably won't mind this one slipping. And CIG talk about the latest vehicle coming to the game, the Mirai Pulse. Alpha 3.23's release looks imminent. However, there still are a load of bugs that CIG have been trying to solve, and admittedly, a good amount of them have been. Many players are concerned that a release now might be slightly too early, and a few more days in the oven for that patch could really help. But CIG are pressured by the time of fitting in 3.23's release and a Xenothreat event before Fleet Week later in May. So with that 3.23 release, I genuinely think we could see it out before the end of the weekend. It could be later today. There have been a couple of new EPTU patches, both of which have fixed tons more bugs and had a load of optimizations. They fixed a load of problems with the sort of distribution centers, so now you don't fall through the floors and you can move around them a lot more easily. Also, there was loads of problems with GPU memory usage, so they've tweaked that. Although GPUs with less than 4 gigabytes of RAM, or if you're using the Vulkan renderer, you're still going to have some issues though. So VRAM very much limits your resolution in Star Citizen, but also quality and water sim settings at the moment. So bear that in mind, be prepared to make some concessions. There was a Spectrum thread. 3.23 is not ready to be released in my opinion, where the original poster outlines various issues with the current PTU builds and states that it just isn't ready for live yet and it should take some more time. So things like it takes ages to get out of a pilot seat, the star map can be very buggy and fiddly still, there's no indication when shields are getting hit, you can't target turrets, and clouds are in the ground or extending over areas that they shouldn't. CIG's Xylo responded to this. Totally valid, but I'd like to shed some light on our perspective. We intend for 2024 to be a big year for Star Citizen, and we're all about keeping the momentum going strong. It's a tricky balance, though, moving forward without sacrificing the quality of the experience. Sometimes introducing a new feature can introduce new problems, which is why we're taking a bit more time with things like the new hangar and cargo content, now aiming for 3.23.x later in the 3.23 cycle. This isn't about hitting the brakes though. As always, our teams are all hands on deck, focused on addressing issues as fast as humanly possible. You might see a few bumps in the road with 3.23, but we're certainly not stopping there. You should expect plenty of follow-up hotfixes and improvements as we push forward towards the big milestones ahead, 4.0, 1.0, and beyond. It's important to remember that every level of Star Citizen serves as a testing environment, and while issues are often found in earlier phases, root causes and solutions are often best discovered with the wide stress testing of a full live alpha resource. It is vital that we get Alpha 3.23 to the live environment as soon as possible to discover every cause and solution we can, while also ensuring we stay on track for future milestones, as delaying too long can create a ripple effect. The team is determined to get things into a great place, and everyone's participation and reports have been tremendously helpful in that pursuit. So it's really good to hear that Cloud Imperium obviously trying to push towards 4.0 as their next major patch most likely, and they are really working towards a 1.0 full commercial release. CIG did have a message about their roadmap progress tracker. Basically, this doesn't look at a specific patch when a feature is going to be released, but it looks at the sort of amount of time and devs working on particular features, so we can see what Cloud Imperium are working on at any given time. So they said here, as you might have seen in the recent letter from the chairman, our development team is in the process of outlining the necessary tasks to achieve Star Citizen's full 1.0 commercial release. While our production schedule is still in progress, we intend to share a portion of it with you soon by updating the progress tracker up to the end of 2024, with more to be shared later in the year. We're nearly finished and are aiming to provide more details in the coming weeks, so stay tuned to the roadmap for more information very soon. Really looking forward to expanded updates on the roadmap. I want to know what Cloud Imperium are working on, what the sort of plan is for this year, and it gives us an indication of what the sort of plans are for next year and releases and that sort of stuff as well. Now, is 3.23 ready? Is it going to have a load of issues when it goes live? Well, potentially. Yeah, I mean, Star Citizen is an alpha for a reason. Now, hopefully, it will be in a pretty playable state, with hotfixes coming out very, very soon after its deployment, if required, to get it in an even more playable state. I don't think it's a 3.18 situation or anything like that, but there could be some annoying bugs in there that prevent the enjoyment of certain elements of Star Citizen, which you just don't want if it feels like you're going step backwards for certain features or game accessibility or playability. We'll have to wait and see, though. Are Cloud Imperium going to be releasing this later today or for the weekend to live, or are they going to give it a couple more days in the oven and release it early next week? We'll sort of have to wait and see, but I do think they are going to push to release it today. I want to talk a little bit about some stuff that's coming later in May with Invictus Launch Week or Fleet Week. Cloud Imperium did say, we will introduce a handful of ships and vehicles that you've been waiting for. And there was a Reddit comment I saw, yes, I would like one Fat Fury, please. And CIG Xylo responded, sorry that leaks got your hopes up. This isn't a ship we've confirmed, and it's certainly not coming at Invictus. So the Fat Fury is referring to one of the ships that they teased at CitizenCon 2023, which looks a bit like a stretched, larger version of the Fury. And it's quite possible that this is going to be revealed during Alien Week, which is in June. Don't really see alien ships for the most part at Fleet Week. It's sort of UE Navy stuff, military ships brought to the civilian market, and logistics ships, stuff like that. But if you're thinking about an alien ship or a hybrid ship, then quite potentially you'll see these at Alien Week. Also, Invictus Fleet Week is the wrong sort of name for it now, because Fleet Week is going to be 2 weeks long. You can also expect the Expo, free fly, so everyone can try Star Citizen for free, a massive ship sale, UE fleet flying around, tours of like the Javelin stuff, maybe of the Idris, and a load more, probably some form of referral bonus, stuff like that. And talking about new vehicles, the Mirai Pulse and the LX version of it will be available with 3.23's launch as well. So Cloud Imperium talked about this in Inside Star Citizen. This is Mirai's entry to the Gravlev ground vehicle market. It is a tiny, tiny little vehicle as well, the smallest they've made in-game to date. It's more racing focused. It takes inspiration from the Razor. These fit on a range of ships like the 400i, but also in the back of other vehicles as well, that they are so small. They allow you to be more stealthy and sort of more speedily approach targets on the ground, and as environmental hazards and denser forests and stuff like that come online, you might need a way of getting to areas without a ship. The Pulse is the smallest ground vehicle in-game currently, so you will be able to jam it in most things. It's slightly longer than a 2 SCU cargo box. The base Pulse comes with a fast-firing laser Gatling on the front. The Pulse LX is a pure racing version, replacing the weapon with an intake and more thrust. It is super agile. All its components are quickly and easily accessible at the touch of a button, and they sort of like eject. It feels like a motorbike without wheels. It's really, really taken inspiration from motorbikes, this one. It trades durability for speed and agility compared to other bikes. It can even fit in like the underground facilities. I do feel that CIG have made a rod for their own back with this one as well, because people are going to be driving these into loads of places. They're going to get them around stations. They're going to get them in landing zones. They're going to get them around the underground facilities. They'll just be everywhere. I'm also expecting them to be pretty cheap dollar-wise, money-wise, for real money, and be the perfect lifetime insurance token for Fleet Week. So typically when CIG sell a new ship, you are able to get it with lifetime insurance, but you can then upgrade it to something else if you want to, and it keeps the lifetime insurance. So during Fleet Week, there's going to be a load of ships and vehicles available and some new ones, and people might want to go, I'm going to upgrade some of these Pulses that I bought into these new or different ships, and they have lifetime insurance as well. Oddly, going back to 3.23, but also talking about the Mirai Pulse a little bit, another feature did slip recently, and that's the Grav Royale mode for Arena Commander. So they encountered a critical issue with this game mode that requires additional testing, so for the time being they're removing the card, or the feature, from the release view until it's resolved. So obviously it's something the Mirai Pulse would have been very useful in, but the mode has issues. I don't think there's going to be much love lost for that, because a lot of people never tried it, didn't really know about it. But saying that, it's not even a 3.23.x thing. They haven't pushed it into later in the cycle. They've just removed it from the roadmap for now. So yeah, talking about 3.23.x or later in the cycle, we know that there are other features coming to 3.23 later in the quarter, this being personal and persistent hangars, freight elevators, item banks, cargo updates and hauling missions, ship modularity for the Retaliator, allowing the cargo and torpedo pods to sort of be exchanged in and out, and bringing the ship up to gold standard. And I'm really looking forward to that patch, those cargo updates and cargo hauling missions and stuff like that. Oh, and the persistence with hangars, it's sort of like going to make your hangar into a base, and lots of customizations and things to buy there as well. Boom! That's it for your updates today. I am really interested to know what you think. Are you excited for Alpha 3.23? Are you concerned that it's going to be very, very hard to play, or some terrible bugs are going to be in there? Do you think it's going to be released for this weekend or some other time? Are you looking forward to Fleet Week, the 2 weeks of Fleet Week? Do you think it's going to start on the, did I say 17th before? I think it's the 17th or 24th I had roughly as a start date. Do you think I'm accurate with one of those dates? When do you think 4.0 is going to come out? Is it going to be later this year, hopefully? I mean, it will be later this year. That's the plan anyway. Oh, God. Please don't slip further. And 1.0, an actual Star Citizen minimum viable product commercial release. Do you expect to see that anytime before mid-2026? Or is it madness to even think it will be ready by then? Before I go, I want to ask you to potentially consider buying yourself NordVPN. There's links below to that. It's the best VPN we've ever had on the channel. It provides you with a bit more privacy and accessibility of the internets, as well as shoring up your security somewhat. It's a good tool to have in your tool belt. I use it all the time. Something else I use all the time is my Tobii Eye Tracker 5. That's on sale until the 15th of May. Links below to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, to Tobii Eye Tracker stuff. Just click on them. Bam, 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 bam. Buy those things. Help the channel. There's also a ship giveaway as well. Just comment on any of my videos made during the month of May to be in for a chance of winning a Crusader Spirit C1. It comes with lifetime insurance and a Star Citizen game package, and it will allow you and potentially a friend to fly around the universe and try a load of different Star Citizen content. It is a fantastic ship. Comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. And if you want to support the channel further, there's the join button under my videos, there's Patreon, there's all those affiliate links, but just commenting, subscribing, sharing the video, liking it, that all helps as well. Thank you so much for watching. You have a great May, and tell me all the things that you think in the comments below.